Thank you so much. Yeah, a lot of people say, Jack, your time is so precious, and no, not necessarily. If your time do not spend on the things that you feel important, or something that you're extremely love to do it, or you're not spending time for the future, that time normally no use. So be spending time with the students, with the schoolmates, and discussing young people. Because when I look at the young people, your eyes, it reminds me my past. So I think spending time with you is my honor. This is the time, the most valuable thing. Discuss about the dreams. I think like any kids, I had a lot of dreams when I was young, and most of the dreams never came true. Now I'm trying to, I tried to make, now when I'm 53 years old, I've been working very, very extremely hard in the past 30 years, 35 years. Now I think it's time to think about my childhood dreams, to sing songs and being an actor and painting, everything. I want to try everything because you have to work hard, then you can realize a lot of dreams that sound stupid and crazy when you were young. Let me say this. When I started, well, by the way, I said I worked very hard when I was a student in the university even. I was the chairman of the Students' Union of my university and for my city. I spent, I would say, 70% of my time serving in the Students' Union, supporting young people. That gave me a lot of experience, that working with the people relationship, helping people. By helping people, I get a lot of fun, and when I get more fun, I help more people. So this is why when I never got even one day of training to do business, when I start my company, I know how to deal with the other people. So it's not only knowledge that as a student that you should learn. You should learn how to serve people, how to work with people, how to team up with the people. So in the future, remember one thing, that we know IQ, EQ. If you want to be successful, you should have great EQ, because EQ knows how to work with people. If you, no matter how smart you are, but you never know how to work with people, you will never succeed. Your dream will never come. It's just your dream. And then IQ is to make you not make stupid mistakes. It would make you live longer, and the other thing in the future, if you want to be respected, you should have LQ, the Q of love, is also very important. So these are the things, when you have these skills, EQ, IQ, and LQ. Most students pay extremely attention to the IQ, but they don't pay attention to the EQ. If you don't have the LQ, you'll go nowhere. So all the dreams you have are based on these things. And I never know that I would be jumping into the internet time. And when I jump in the internet time, when I started my career, the 1995, I studied internet in China, and terrible years for 4 years, made a lot of mistakes, and stupid mistakes, and partner, and all in a wrong way. 1999 was when I started Alibaba. I told my team that we may not succeed, but somebody will. And I never know, and we never realized after 18 years, we can achieve that much. So if it is your dream, you can never go far. If it is a group's dream, you can go further. So I make our Alibaba dream, not my dream, it's a dream of 18 founders. Later it became a dream, today it became a dream of 60,000 people. And we make the dream, try to making sure that everybody, our dream is to enable everybody can realize their entrepreneurial dreams through the internet. So young people, remember, don't worry about it, is that a silly dream? No, if you really believe it, it's a great dream. So believe something that you're really passionate about. Don't believe it because the other people think it is important. I never think, when most people like it, I don't like it. When most people don't like it, I will think about it. This is that you make yourself unique. You are you. And doing business is about, do anything is about be, because you are so unique. There are about 7 billion people in the world, but there's only one you. That's what we think. Yeah.
So, Dr. Ma, a lot of young people and a lot of students have a hard time sort of sticking to their dreams. So after one failed class or one failed acting audition, they immediately get discouraged. So what advice can you give to young people so that they can continue sticking towards their dream even in spite of all the obstacles?
Yeah, one thing, when you have a dream, you have to think one thing. The dream is great. The thing behind the dream is tough, right? So when you want a dream, is that you have to ask yourself, what do you want to sacrifice? Not say, I want to do anything to get my dream, but you know, what are the things you really want to do? You have a failure, you have mistakes, people don't like you, people don't team with you, you know, all the stuffs. When you have a dream, you have to think the backside of the dream very clearly. So everybody ask yourself, what do you have? Right? And what do you want? And very important, what will you give up? If you don't think about what will you give up, you will not have what you have. So when I start my business, I know internet 1995, 90s, nobody believed internet in China will happen. So if I want to sell my products, I know today as a salesman, I go out, 10 people. If I talk to 10 business people always say no. Why people want to help you? People say, nobody helped me. Why people should help you? People help you, that is extremely you're lucky. People don't help you, that's very common. So when you go out, nobody have a deal with you, you say, yeah, I'm right, nobody deal with you. If you got one deal, you should be honored, extremely happy because you are extraordinary. So don't be discouraged when people don't help you. Why people should help you? You should earn the right to be helped. Right? So when you have a dream, you have to ask, what are the things you want to pay for the dreams?
Okay. So that's a very interesting perspective, Dr. Ma, really understanding what you're willing to give up. Now we want to talk about this role model that you've always often talked about in a lot of your interviews, Forrest Gump. Oftentimes, you cite this quote from that movie, "Life is a box of chocolates." But with that, we wanted to know more about how you stumbled upon Forrest Gump and what kind of different perspective in the world has watching that movie given to you.
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. The day I watched the Forrest Gump was in a friend's home in Seattle. And that week was my most frustrated, dismayed period. I was so upset, I was cheated by my friends, and I failed, like 5 projects, all failed. So I almost just say, well, you know, because the people I work with, they are very smart. And we know that internet was not easy in 1995, 1996, 1997, but when we did not realize it's so tough. Then I happened to be in Seattle, in my friend's home, and he had a video, the Forrest Gump, we watched that. That evening, and I watched the movie, I think, we have to stay foolish with our dream. Don't think we are smart. We have to stay foolish with our dreams, and we have to continue. Be simple. Like Forrest Gump is very simple. He's not a smart guy. He continued to do running. He thinks that, he said, nobody, you know, he will only want to make business benefit from catch shrimps. A lot of people want to make business, make money by catching whales, sharks, you know. You got to do business with big companies. So I thought that time, yes, he's right. We should serve normal people. We should catch shrimps. We should supporting small business. So be simple, stay foolish, and no matter what, just to continue. And do not complain others. Only complain yourself. Checking, what's the problem with me? Did I change myself? Later I found a lot of people fail because when they fail, they always complain about the others. That's his fault, that's that problem, that problem. And only those people always check their own problems. These people survive. These people succeed. For years, for part of 18 years, I don't think Alibaba may complain a lot. If you complain, you have to have a solution. If there's no solution for complaint, don't complain. Right, that's it.
So in the movie Forrest Gump, you talked about the shrimp, right? There were basically days before they finally caught that big haul of shrimp. So Forrest had to go through a lot of failure before he got success. With that, you've always said to young people that they should be able to learn more from their failures rather than their successes. What do you think the types of failures young people make that they should learn the most from?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you that one day I was reading a biography of general after Second World War. And I feel impressed not is how much victories, successful battlefield that he achieved. I think, well, if I were just young man at that time, I could do better. But I was impressed by how many suffers, the terrible experience that he survived. That surprised me. The grandfather always tell us, Jack, I've been doing that much. I made a lot of mistakes. I'm still surviving. I said, wow. But if he say, I've been achieved that much, I say, hey, if I were your age, if I were that time, I could do better. So people will feel proud when you tell your grandson about how much tough days you have gone through. I think one day I share with my kids, my grandchildren, how much Alibaba have gone through the tough days, the mistakes. Doing business is just like go to the battlefield. The survivor wins. No matter how brave you are, you're dead. People forget you within 3 days. But if you survive, you always have chance. And go to battlefield is that an experienced soldier know that how to hit himself and then fight. Young soldiers just to go out to fight. There are different reasons for success. There are various reasons for one person to be successful, but there are almost the same reasons for people who fail. Greedy, right? Wrong team, run too fast, with too much money. By the way, you will never make big mistakes where you don't have money. Right? So people say, if I have money, I'm going to do a big business. No. Remember that all the mistakes the other people made, you will make it. So you have to learn, if you want to be successful, learn the mistakes the other people, learn from the mistake the other people made. Not because you will avoid these mistakes, because you know how to face these mistakes and troubles when these things come. Right? When you suffer a lot of mistakes, we say, wow, this guy's coming, these mistakes come. How the Jack Ma did it, how Bill Gates did it, how Obama did it, when the tough day comes, it's not because you can avoid it, because when the problem comes, how you face it. With great attitude, then you succeed. Yeah.
Dr. Ma, other than that, I think one time you also mentioned that giving up is possibly one of the biggest failures that a person can do. But I think when it comes to young people, oftentimes we have our crazy dreams and we try to seek advice from older people or more experienced people who sometimes tell us that's not gonna work, or this is how you make it work. How do we make it happen such that we still continue our dreams, but at the same time we take criticism, but we don't give up? Because more often than not, that's what happens.
Yeah, if you have a crazy dreams, don't talk to your grandfather. If you have a crazy dream, very important is that you have to find the people around you. When we invest a company, I want not only looking at the founder, I want to see the people who work with the founder, whether they do believe him. If he is the only person that believe in the dream, that's very dangerous. He's not a crazy dream, he's a crazy person. But you have to find a group of people who are all believe, they're all crazy, something interesting there, right? Because it's easier to make one person crazy, but if you make the whole team crazy, something interesting. This is what I did early days of Alibaba. I made a speech in America, talk about the value, mission, and management way of running an internet company. That was very early, 2001-2. There is a guy, an American guy, sitting there saying, hey, this is a crazy guy. Internet have to survive first, to make profit, revenue, forget about kind of value, mission, and teamwork, and this is all lies. He said, you're crazy. I say, sir, welcome to Alibaba someday. So he came to Alibaba, spent a few days. The day when he left, he said, Jack, I thought you were crazy. Now I found 100 crazy guys in your company. Because we believe what we are doing. Yeah. It's easy to make you believe. But if you can make a group of team believe and continue to do it, that's it. So I think if it's crazy or not, the only testing is the idea. If you want to make a company, it sounds crazy, your customer love it. If the customer like it, your team like it, you know it's not crazy. If the customer does not like it, do not like it, your team don't like it, forget about it. You have to change yourself. Even if you have crazy ideas, don't believe you are always right. You have to learn. Alibaba in the past 18 years, we have changed at least 18 big major changes. Yeah. We are not the Alibaba last year. Every year we are different company. Yeah. Right. So you have to change all the time to be sure that we don't care about how the other people say you are crazy. We care about, is this something really different? Really make the difference. That's what we care about.
So a lot of the students here are young entrepreneurs themselves, and they have a lot of crazy ideas, and they want to make those ideas happen. Since you're the UNCTAD Special Advisor for young entrepreneurship and small businesses, what do you think the role of young entrepreneurs and small businesses are in the country and help making the country grow?
Good. When you have an idea, you want to do it, the first thing advice I give you is think about what will you give up, right? And next thing I want to give advice is how many years you want to reach for that goal. A lot of people say, I have this idea, I want to be succeed next month, or next year, or next week. Forget about it. There's no such opportunity in this world that you can succeed next week. There's no better opportunity that can succeed next year. Because young people, most people like me, right? 18 years ago, we don't have money, we don't have technology, we don't have relationship, we don't have any powerful person supporting us. I started my business, 18 people, we only gather 50,000 US dollars. 18 people together in my apartment. So we don't have anything. And when I started Alibaba, when I started my internet business, year 1995, I started with 2,000 US dollars, borrowed the money from my relatives and friends. That was started. But I know one thing. People like us don't have money, technology, don't have any relationship or anything. We know we win for the future. I know if I start to do it, 10 years later I will win. And in the 10 years, what I will give up, who I will partner with, what the things will be differently. How can I live longer and instead of live happier? So the world is very interesting. If you want to live happier, you may live very short. If you want to live longer, life is very tough. Okay, you have to exercise every day, right? So this is the life balance. So young people, when you have a dream you want to do, and think about how many years you want to make this thing happen. If you think it's about 3 years I can be successful, prepare for 10 years. If you think I have 5 years to succeed, prepare for 15 years. And then if you think 10 years will succeed, you may succeed in 8 years. So you should have a long preparation, determination. And these are all the things you have to think about. There is no great opportunity that will make you succeed next week, next month, next year. There is no this fancy great ideas. That's really crazy. Yeah.
I think I speak for Mikey and everyone here. This might have been 20 of the most insightful minutes of my life and our lives. So thank you very much for sharing your knowledge and experience with us.
Thank you.
On behalf as well of everyone, thank you very much. So we'll remember that to find out what we're willing to give up. Make sure not just IQ, but EQ and LQ as well. And lastly, never ever stop believing in our dreams. So thank you very much, Mr. Ma, for your time. And thank you on behalf of the students of the Lasalle University. Thank you very much.